sound in my headset.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the Business List, your source for stories inside the party, across the country, around the world, and in your hotel room, I mean your apartment. My name is Amanda Griffiths, and we are LP Alliance, an intercaucus coalition rebuilding and revolutionizing the Libertarian Party. I am not joined by Kyle Davis. He's just here. We will be joined directly by Rose Leatherman and Jake Porter, as well as Angela McArdle, although she does not know it. She is giving a special announcement parce deux this evening, and 3 people are waiting to hear about it. Kyle, what do you think will be the substance of this special announcement?
Honestly, normally this would be a time where I'm going to go with a joke or something, but I'm just expecting her to tell us she's pregnant. That's what's going through my mind. She'd been talking about wanting another child.
Aw.
I feel like that's what's going to happen tonight. I don't know. This is not one of the things where I have some special source on it or anything else.
You're not the father, is what you're saying.
Totally guess. Thank God.
I'm just checking.
We are having an oddity on X at the moment.
What is it?
X won't go live. Sometimes that's because we went live a little bit early, so there's a possibility here that X will be just a few minutes behind, and we'll start it right at 8. But we wanted to make sure we were up and running before Angela's actual announcement. So, do you have any predictions on what this is going to be, Angela for president?
I like your prediction. I didn't know that she was thinking about having another kid, but maybe that's going to be it. It might be her book. She might have a release date for her book. I'm on team book.
The heart of the deal.
A book is like a child. Only
not to her.
It's less disappointing. Or more.
Oh my God.
My books are both, and I don't let them out into the world yet. You have some interesting shorts down there.
Yet.
What is that, like an ice cream? I didn't say yet, I said yet. And I would thank you not to make strange correlations. What is that, like an ice cream thing? What is that? Look at that. What is that?
Japan's American foods. How does the word mechanism work? And glazed cream donuts made with patented donut machine Korean street food dessert.
I thought those were lifesavers. All right.
And then straight into Desert Eagles. So
I was telling Kyle, I'm writing prelims this week, and my last one is due this evening, and so I'm very punchy. So anything could happen. If I look dead, it's because I am. I am finishing my political theory prelim. I was telling Kyle, it's funny because I've been living with this paper in particular. It's like a giant monster paper. It was my MA thesis, but I've been living with it since I was a junior in undergrad, which is much longer ago than I would care to admit, and just like iterating different versions of it, right? And so I was saying to Kyle that I'll look back and I'll see clearly, oh, I wrote this section when I was on about this certain thing, and it's like a little time capsule. It's fun. It's a theory of politics. So once it's finished, we'll have solved politics. And you can all thank
all
me.
of them.
Yeah, all of the politics. Spoiler alert, though, politics is still going to happen. Just FYI.
It doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to, but it should. That's my bad news for you.
All right. It would appear that we have one Rose Leatherman.
Made it.
Hi, Rose.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. So are we doing the Angela Ramble stream?
We are listening to the Angela Ramble stream, part 2. What are your guesses? What do you think is going to happen?
She's gonna take way more Adderall and go on rambling about how awesome she is.
Don't besmirch the Adderall consumption. It is getting certain people through writing their prelims.
Yeah. Well, I have a prescription for it, but
Yeah.
less is more with the stimulants. Okay, you don't want to overdo it.
Yeah. Until
See,
you need
Amanda's the exact opposite on this one.
to. More is more.
She's
I
like, they gave me the dose.
I
That's what I'm
remember
using, and any other I can find.
college.
What was that?
I
Riz?
remember being in college.
Yes. Yeah.
Here, one sec. Got to fix something.
Great. Rose is a bowling, or not a magic 8-ball. Rose has turned into a magic 8-ball.
Rose is now 2 roses.
I only see one.
Well, I mean, there's only one on
0.
stage, but there are 2
I see
not
one.
on stage. They're both 8-ball roses.
Died on live stream, Joe. I'm curious about that, but we'll just have to see. Kyle's playing through the scenarios in his head, and fantasizing.
Okay. Think that. Is that okay?
Yep.
Now there's only one of me. There can never be another Rose.
It's McArdle's. That's pretty good.
I'm not going to make fun of people who use stimulants.
It's different if they are abusing
If you're
the studies,
not
right?
an academic, yeah, I don't know. I don't judge. I mean, what is abuse? That's up to the that's up to the individual.
You don't want
I
to.
have a relative that died of meth. I feel like that's probably too far.
Well, but maybe they didn't.
So since we're waiting on McArdle to go live here, we might as well talk about some of the random things in the news, like Elon dropping a bomb that none of us saw coming.
Yeah,
Donald J. Trump is on the Epstein files list.
Yeah, so you think that's real, or you think supposedly Elon has a drug problem, but of course that's also what the administration would say if they wanted to preemptively discredit him. So who knows which one is telling the truth?
Trump being on the list, like on the previously released portions, Trump was there. We've seen Trump in photos with Epstein so many times. We've listened to Trump talk about how he likes them young. We've seen him with
I've
all
seen
the pictures
so
where
many
little girls are in his
photos
lap.
though of so many people with Epstein. I'm halfway certain that I'm in a photo with him, and so I have no idea. Like, everyone seems to have a photo with Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
Let's see. Chris has said that there's a post we need to read here.
In birds. Both Angela
How far back is
and
this
Jake,
post, Chris?
Both Angela and Jake are late, and I wonder if it's related.
So
She
should
was still working on the pregnancy.
Should I try headphones this time to see if?
Yes, please do. That would be it, because then it'll be an experiment. It'll be fun. We'll learn something new.
Let's see. Chris, are you talking about the one where it's now is the time? That one? The one that begins with now is the time?
Has this post gone through the formal channels of approval for reading
What,
on the show?
Oh,
I don't know.
New one?
Chris is saying that there's a post.
This is the right post to read for tonight. He's right.
Can you put it in the private chat?
The one about demons.
Now is the time when our principles must matter more than the comfort of the two-party loyalty. It's no coincidence that the former party elites, those who were pushed out, are now circling the Libertarian Party, trying to carve it up and sell it off, right as this claymation fight dominates every screen. Don't look away.
The
Pay
reason
attention.
that I
The
wanted you to put
vipers
this in
are
the chat,
hissing.
because sometimes people, is that it?
No, it's still going. But you started talking over me.
Well, sometimes there are things that are written that not everyone agrees to.
Yeah, but I read it before going for it and decided it was good.
Yeah, but sometimes you write things that not everyone agrees to.
Yeah, but
Sometimes I do too.
Free is our guiding star. Ryan Woodcraft is our guiding star. Chase Oliver is our guiding star. Spike Cohen is our guiding star. Maj Tura is our guiding star. Larry Sharp is our guiding star. Joe Hanoush is our guiding star. Kyle, Amanda, and the rest of LP Alliance are our guiding stars. The Black Powder Podcast is our guiding star. Mike Decentralized is our guiding star. The Ballets are our guiding stars. Donnie is our guiding star. Terry Bass is our guiding star.
Wait. What was that?
It wasn't me this
Ballets?
time.
Y'all the same person.
You are your own guiding star, everyone. You're my guiding star.
Okay. What do you all make of like this who here believes in demonic possession, these tweets? Is this going to be the strategy in case she gets charged with embezzlement? Is she going to claim that demons made her do it?
Kyle, are you finished reading?
No, but it's fine.
Well, I want now I feel bad because I want to hear from Chris. So
It's too late. I've already let him know. Women hate him.
I'm trying to have Chris's words read.
Together, we form a constellation in the shape of liberty. We are not for sale. We are not distracted. Our principles are stronger than any petty squabble over the spoils of tyranny. Stay focused. This is the moment for liberty stalwarts to come together and to welcome those who want real change, not those who seek to change us. See? It was that easy. Oh, man.
I think Chris should post that
Sorry.
online.
Didn't realize you were reading from someone.
See? Hate him.
No, I said
Poor
I
Chris.
said you should have posted it online so I could retweet it.
He did. You're
Well,
in
I
that
wasn't-
chat.
What chat?
Birds!
Oh, libertarians. I'm in too many chats.
Yeah.
I
I
I've
can't
been-
keep up with them all, and it's stressful.
write a lot of political theory and it's hard. Demonic possession.
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, right.
is she possessed by a demon now? Because she's 8 minutes late. It's like the lateness demon.
Well, I'm wondering, is she going to argue she was possessed by a demon who made her steal all that money? Or is it that, no, she's on a mission from God, clearly, and God
no.
told her to embezzle that money because it was needed for a higher purpose, and everyone else is possessed by a demon, and that's why they were trying to thwart her plans.
Yeah, she's talked before about how her haters, in quotes, are possessed. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the first time she's called people demon possessed, but yeah, she's really pushing this demon possession thing. So
I would like to possess the world with liberty. Nothing? No?
Amanda
Yeah.
calls me cheesy sometimes.
don't
Who's
we
that?
all? Don't we all?
Kyle sent me a schedule for my
Hell
day
yeah,
yesterday.
brother.
And I'm supposed
Was
to
it
tell
right?
you, based on a couple things happen more than once. I'm supposed to tell you. I'm supposed to tell you that you're dumb, so you're dumb, Kyle. Kyle made me a schedule for Thursday.
It's true. You're welcome, Chris. It's an excellent post despite these haters.
I said he should post it online, like actually
don't-
post it, not just in a group.
So
See,
who is this
Orthodox
from?
more
He
agrees with me.
did. It's a tweet that he put in the group for everyone to see.
No, for the everyone to see, not just the group, for everyone. Share it with all.
What?
Share it with everyone.
What the? Do you think that Twitter only works based on the group?
I feel like I'm missing something.
Oh,
So
okay. So I thought
who
he
are
just
we-
posted it in the group, but you're saying he posted it online and then he shared it in the group.
Yes.
Okay. So I didn't realize that.
And I liked it and reposted it.
We are carbon 14 dating, Rachel. We are carbon 14 dating many artifacts and finding out that the artifacts are old. The artifacts are Jeremy Kaufman, who is an old boomer reactionary. And who else?
And then you find out Jeremy Kaufman's actually younger than us, but hit the statist wall.
Oh my gosh, I'd believe it. I would believe it.
This is just known by now. It's
So
no
that
longer
means-
even like a question.
Rose and Kyle are dating. Oh, do we need to do more communist story hour? Is that what? Because she hasn't gone on. I feel like if I start talking about communists, she will start.
The difference is that I don't have a cool leather jacket, so that's how we. Yeah, that's how you tell the
This is
difference
actually
between us.
Stephen Michaela's. I stole it from him.
It's the traveling
in his hotel.
leather
I mean,
jacket.
apartment.
The
Yes,
sisterhood of the traveling leather jacket.
yes, indeed. It's
Elon Musk is now
seen-
calling for Trump to be impeached.
I'm sorry, but this is like okay. Yeah, if we weren't doing the announcement, yeah, this probably would have been our business list episode because like this is too funny. These are two of the most powerful men on the planet, and they're acting like high school girls.
They're having a slap fight.
Seriously.
It's amazing.
It's a 14-year-old girl who's mad at her friend and posting like, "Oh, you said this to and blah blah blah," like publicly and publicly airing dirty laundry.
It's
I would vote for my jacket to be the LP presidential nominee. I
Amanda's
don't know what
jacket,
my
yeah.
jacket's platform is, but I would write it in.
It's going to be very Machiavellian, whatever the
It's
platform is.
Yes, it is. Well, because I'm wearing a Machiavelli shirt too. So I'm about to tell another freaking story, so she better show up. I'm trying to choose between the all of them story or the yes, that is it. My jacket's platform is to be very, very rad. Refresh the stream, says Joe. Is she on? Nope.
Yeah, no, it's not very professional to keep your fans waiting.
All three of them. She was up to 5 at one point. You know what I realized, Kyle and everyone else, about Borzois is they're no. You're think about it. They're
listening.
hunting dogs, right? But when you think about it, you have to comb their hair. Like a Borzoi is a high maintenance dog. You got to brush the hair, and usually the hair is white, and so you got to clean it and keep it clean. That is a prissy dog for someone who also cares a lot about their hair.
I have 7 of them, or it's not Borzois, but I have 7 dogs with long hair. So
Oh wow,
most of it white too. So like, yeah, it's a daily struggle. There is white dog hair on literally everything I own.
Yeah, it's hard.
But yeah, sighthounds are prissy. They just also don't have much personality in my experience.
Huh.
No offense to people who like sighthounds. They're just kind of there. They don't really.
Is that what a Borzoi is? A sighthound?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Same family
That
as
makes
like
sense.
greyhounds and Salukis.
I like greyhounds a lot. I think greyhounds look cool.
They look cool. They just like, you might as well have like a stuffed dog. That's how much personality they have.
This all makes so much sense.
I like dogs
makes so
that
much
like
sense.
actually you can tell they have thoughts.
Other people like dogs that they can just like command and tell what to do.
Yeah. No, I like herding dogs. I have Australian Shepherds. I like herding dogs because they actually have personality.
Herding.
Herd.
Yes, herding, not herding. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh God. I can. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be clipped out of and taken out of context. I like
herding dogs.
It's gonna. If I ever run for LP chair, my opposition is gonna play that one clip of me.
Exactly.
It's on the internet now.
And everyone heard it here first. Rose Leatherman, LP Chair 2026.
Loves herding dogs.
Loves herding dogs.
She was live as of 30 minutes ago, so I don't know what's going on.
It seems
No
like
updates.
neither does she.
No updates.
Did you look
Has
on
she
her
forgotten?
Twitter?
Yeah. I wonder if she forgot.
That would not surprise me.
The chat already had a good idea here, and that's that she's waiting on her Trump appointment. She's waiting on this new job so that she can announce it.
I thought the chat's idea was that Rose and I are banging. That's what I'm seeing.
I mean, that was one of them. There was a bunch of questions on if we were together.
No,
And
that
then
was
Joe
just me
pointed
and
out
Rose.
that that's impossible. No, it's
Yeah, but they meant Rose.
They should be if they're not. Kyle and Amanda. They've got
Everyone-
chemistry.
Everyone should be dating me.
it's
So-
forbidden though. See, I'm already with Joe.
The forbidden, that just makes it fun.
So it's
Ah.
a foursome.
There we go. Yeah, because we're the same person, you and I, Rose.
No, then it's actually just a threesome then.
Back down.
I can also see
See,
him, by
like-
the way. Go for it.
I'm gonna be in Florida tomorrow. You had the opportunity, didn't we?
I did, and then I chose to write things of great import.
Sure.
I-
You could have flown tomorrow. Yeah. That bird's outside. He's been annoying you for weeks.
Oh my gosh, I can climb on the bird, and I have a bird that's made a nest on my balcony, and it just all day. It's become white noise at this point. It'll just from 5 a.m. to like after dark. Will just be on my damn balcony ledge, tweeting. Just hey, free. Just like again, like it becomes white noise. But now that I think I can hear it right now, it just does that all day. And so now Kyle has actually made a great point that I could have hopped on that bird and made it take me to Florida.
So you said tweeting. I have a mental image of it with a phone, like
I know.
saying provocative things.
Doesn't even
It's
pay
a-
rent.
It posts race baiting content constantly.
Oh God.
Those pigeons are they're not native to our country, and they're
I can
eating
see
all
that
the
bird
food.
being a racist.
Oh! So Justin pointed out pineapple caucus. I had a realization this week that the current form of the Mises caucus, and this is for the people who've been around long enough to remember this and going to conventions and things. The current form of the Mises caucus is effectively the Audacious caucus from a decade ago. I would have zero surprise if like Mike Heiss showed up next year and started a strip, and then in 4 years had come out as trans. Completely serious, right? It seems like the proper crazy arc. Amanda's looking at me like I'm crazy. Look up the Audacious caucus. They got thrown out of caucuses like the radicals, and so they became their own caucus that's more radical, more audacious,
But they're not
and their
more
entire
radical.
thing was being insane.
The
Is
Mises
this
caucus isn't more radical, though.
They were supposed to.
That
Is
was
this
their claim, I said.
I know,
this
but the Audacious
just like
caucus-
the whole way of trying to tell us that at the next convention we all need to strip on stage.
I was already
No,
planning on doing
just
that.
Heiss. Just
Okay.
Heiss.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that would scare all the delegates away, but maybe that's the plan. Only the Mises loyalists remain, and everyone else runs away in fright, and that's how they win.
There we go.
Are you telling me you don't want to see a Leprechaun's Lucky Charms?
So what we need to do is we need to make some LP Alliance branded like special glasses that will shield your eyes in case this just in case this happens.
Like,
Mine and
what was
Chelsea's
it?
wedding was during the solar eclipse in 2017. We saw a shitload of solar eclipse glasses.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna make
Yeah.
something similar. They just cover
Make
your eyes.
Bionicles.
completely.
No, they're gonna be Bionicles. So I'm gonna come in wearing leather jackets and Bionicles after the revolution. No, for the revolution. What we can take audience questions while we're waiting for Angela to announce her pregnancy. Can do any of that. Requests for stories.
So wait, she did. I mean, she said this during her last stream, but did she confirm today that she was going to be going at 8 again? Because I just assumed that she had. Because
scheduled
you
for
guys...
June 5th, 2025, continuing the special announcement. Scheduled for 8 p.m. Which
3 people are waiting, and one of them's us, right?
yes, one of them is us.
2 people who aren't us are waiting.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. If you want, I'll just start talking in your chat. I will start the classic college chant of what's
Wait.
going on.
What is Angela's rapper name? That was a question from the audience.
Lil Fraud.
I was trying to come up with something clever, but that works. That
Little
works.
brain. Little brain.
A little brain.
Trying to think.
Little Lamb of God.
Lazy.
Lazy. I like it. I think Lazy Boy would be pissed about it, though.
Supposed to be Jay-Z.
I
I ruined
understood.
it by explaining the joke.
Hell yeah. Good job, Terry.
We should someone should post on her just
You were
reply.
Audacious Caucus and you did strip. So my point stands.
Is that a requirement to be a member of the Audacious Caucus? You have to strip?
It's the thing they're known for because of the guy that stripped on stage at the national convention.
James Weeks, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you strip the revolution?
Would I strip the revolution?
Would you strip for the revolution?
Oh, okay.
How much is the revolution paying?
Paying itself. It's paying itself in a revolution.
Depends. Do I have to wear tassels?
Where
do I have to wear tassels?
Is that really your line? That's where you draw the line, is tassels? Revolutionary tassels? What if the
They chafe.
tassels look awesome? What if the tassels have little skulls on them?
They chafe.
Well,
Wait,
would you not endure chafing for the revolution?
It depends on where. We just went over this.
Chasing we already established that Kyle's gonna show up in a cat suit anyway, so
Hell
Did we
yeah.
establish that? When did we establish that?
I don't know, but I'm for it.
Last week's meeting, he was talking about what a spanking one of the recent conventions was.
That's true.
I don't
I did
remember
have it.
this. I must have blocked it out.
I pointed out how
Understandable.
badly Alabama went for
Right,
everyone
yeah.
that wasn't us.
I think we can update
Understandable
people
why you'd block that mental image.
on calendar reading, because we have a calendar reading update while we're waiting, don't we, Kyle?
Oh, yeah, we do. So the LNC had a recent meeting. And of course, everyone who's part of the LNC, including alts, are required to go to those meetings. And Jim Wiley didn't show up. It was intended to be his first appearance as an official alternate for Region 1. And he missed it. Bro couldn't read the calendar to figure out which day to show up.
I mean, if you're an alt, you don't necessarily have to show up unless you know that you're the main person's not going to be there. But it's generally
He was the
considered good.
only one.
It's considered good form to show up anyway, even though you're not technically needed.
It's
So he was disqualified, but then elected anyway because they did manage to.
he was disqualified. He paid his $25. And then because Andrew Chatterton knows nothing about parliamentary procedure or how organizations work, he pushed for a starts with an R, the vote to ratify things, a ratification vote rather than an actual revote. And there are some guesses on why that would be, including the idea that Jim Wiley had been posting some really, really fucked up shit. It's okay. He only hates everyone.
Well, I guess he and I might get along then.
Yeah.
Joe, since you've got such a smart mouth,
Just kidding. I love you all.
saying the revolution will be redistributed, Joe, I've got a question for you. I have an audience question for the audience. MFK, M or F or K, okay? Stalin, Lenin, Trotsky. I want an answer, and you can't K all of them. M1, F1,
well,
K1.
you can, but you have to do the other parts first.
Yeah, there we go. That's fair.
If we marry Trotsky, do we get exiled along with him?
You just have to take that. You have to take that into your calculus. He wasn't just in, so that photo is edited. Rose can tell you that photo. So the photo of young Stalin that everyone uses to claim is so hot was edited, which I find hilarious because that means that he and or his supporters were like, we got to make this fucker hotter. Probably because they were looking at mugshots of young Trotsky and were like, woo! Okay,
you can't be hotter than me. I'm supposed to be leading the revolution. Yeah. Yeah. The Joseph Stalin picture that all the young tankies have fallen in love with, that's not what he actually looked like. It's heavily edited.
Yep.
He just looked like a slightly younger version of the picture you normally see in history books, okay?
Yep.
Sorry to burst your bubbles.
And Trotsky looked like a babe. And that's not me agreeing with his politics. That's just me stating an objective fact. I have explained this before. There's
he had nice
wall.
hair, yes.
He had amazing hair and it changed over the course of his life. He went from broccoli to Colonel Sanders to donut the last couple days. So there's
left
a
a bullseye, which made him, which rendered him vulnerable to
stop the donut jokes. So there's status wall. People are can be very attractive. Prior to Joe, is that you saying you would F Trotsky?
Trotsky.
Is your choice for F Trotsky? I'm waiting for a yes. Once people hit the status wall, start to go downhill. Older Trotsky wasn't cute. Trotsky pre-status wall was. Absolutely. But Trotsky post-status wall was not. Just turned into genuinely Colonel Sanders. Also owned a Borzoi, which is hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. I can see him with a Bichon Frise also. I don't think he would ever let himself get a Bichon Frise because of his cred, but I can absolutely see him mussing a Bichon Frise on the couch being like, oh, who's a good boy? Absolutely, 100%. I can't believe you are either, Joe, but you have to tell us because otherwise we're just going to keep talking. MFK.
Amanda, you look like Trotsky.
Now people aren't going to be able to unsee it. Now they're not going to unsee it. And you know, I'm going to get memes. I'm going to get side-by-sides. Anytime I make a face that remotely looks like any face he has ever made, someone's going to post something. I'm going to just have to deal with that for the rest of my life.
That implies that you're eventually going to get run out of the alliance.
I have contingency plans for everything. He looks like a nice Jewish boy. I would take him home to meet my mother. Again, pre-status wall. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes him owning
he looks like a skeleton.
Borzoi even funnier because Borzois are used by alt-right to represent Jewish people.
That's why it's so funny that he owned a Borzoi. And he had to brush the Borzoi.
This is how we know we're living in a simulation, okay?
I swear. And Ramon Mercader, after killing him, got 2 pet Borzois. And just the rest of his life with the Borzois. It's incredible.
Did Angela get confused on what time zone she was thinking?
I have no idea.
She's in Texas, I believe. So,
Rachel, are you saying that you find Ben Shapiro attractive?
Oh, God.
Based on the 2 comments between Rachel and Meredith together, I just figured that Ben Shapiro was very peggable.
Or Bernie Sanders. Could be either one. You really, Rachel, that's your thing. I'm not taking any more flack for thinking young Trotsky was hot when Rachel thinks that Ben Shapiro is peggable.
Most people are peggable. The idea is not that you want to look at their face.
Well, yeah, that's the
if
thing.
They're facing you, something has gone horrifically wrong in the pegging.
I mean, okay, technically, if you know what? No, I'm not going to get into this, but technically it could probably work, I guess, in theory. I don't know. That's not my thing, okay? I'm just thinking, I think it theoretically, mechanically could work.
Joe, I'm waiting for your answer. I have not gotten a single, an M, an F, or a K.
He did give you K, technically. He tried to give you 3 Ks, and then
he tried. I know. So he's got to pick 1 K, and then I feel like he was leaning toward F on Trotsky, because he did say Trotsky.
It's true. So what happened? What happened was McArdle's half an hour late to her own party, and so we're just sitting here and shooting the shit until she shows up, or we can call it. And as long as you guys continue to be with us, we're not going to call it. So 24
Yeah, I
day
mean,
stream.
might as
Let's
well, might as well
go.
do yeah.
Meredith, how Ben Shapiro is not. I mean, he's not. I would not call him fine looking. I've seen more unfortunate looking people, but I am baffled by your assertion that Ben Shapiro is fine looking, but young Trotsky's not.
Ben Shapiro looks like he should be stuffed into a locker.
Joe says that you would peg Trotsky and Studlin. Okay, so this I guess that means marrying Lenin. Is that? I feel like that's objectively the best strategy: is kill Stalin, fuck Trotsky,
This says
and marry Lenin.
Lot for Justin.
I was gonna have it the other way around. I would have married Trotsky, but
marry
implies a lot of fucking will probably be happening. So
if you marry him, like you're gonna be on whatever list he's on. So I feel like, and you can fuck someone
Lenin would be
times.
more stable, but then he dies. So what happens to you when he dies? Because then he gets usurped by Stalin.
Well, no, but I mean, like everyone still like Lenin was a cult of personality type of figure. No one disliked Lenin. I feel like Lenin, security, whomever you're fucking, you can keep on fucking. Like it can be an affair, right? So I feel like.
This is 100% Real Housewives: The Russian Revolution. That is exactly what it is. You could have this is a weekly show with Amanda that's 2 hours long, and it would be full of content every single week.
I have so many stories you don't even know. Castro was not bad looking when he was young. Well, then it's either an F or a K, Joe. Yeah, no, Meredith, I agree with you. Same with Che. Obviously, Che Guevara was like physically only. We're only talking about aesthetics here. This is purely to objectify them. Okay, this is pure objectification. By standards of pure objectification, was attractive.
If it's purely objectification, Stalin's got a lot of nice cigars.
Well, to make up for other things, yeah.
Right. So I could just marry him and steal his cigars.
Steal cigars.
I thought it was Castro that had all the nice cigars because
those are Cubans.
Cubans are good. You never had a red dot?
Yeah, I don't understand. What is the appeal of Cuban cigars?
Cubans are good because they're good.
Or is it just because they're illegal?
Amanda's into Cubans?
They're both true, and Cuban cigars are good.
Okay.
Fucking kill Amanda is a tough one. This is a hilarious dumpster fire.
It really is.
I'm fine with it.
Aren't you having more fun than you would be watching Angela? Angela's not gonna tell you stories about people owning Borzois. I'll bet he really wanted to be Jean Frise.
There isn't going to be debate over whether Trotsky was fuckable. So,
Amanda, am I allowed to get the official LP Alliance account banned from McArdle? She's already blocked.
I think it's already blocked. Yeah, I think it's already blocked.
Is that why we can't see it, or
no?
Because I was going to ask. Okay. Because I'm like, maybe she's waiting for us to go away before she starts because she doesn't want us giving commentary.
Bad news, Bears.
It's hilarious. What?
I'm not going anywhere, so she's not doing an announcement tonight. She's waiting on me.
Kyle's just gonna be standing in front of or staring in front of the computer screen. I'll have to at least take a small break to finish writing.
Yeah, we're supposed to have an official meeting.
We were.
You're not wrong. But McArdle posted 50 minutes ago to Twitter and is not in her own announcement.
I think perhaps she forgot.
Perhaps the real announcement is the friends we made along the way.
There we go. I was just about to.
Have we gained any new followers from this dumpster fire stream? Where we talk about how hot Trotsky was?
Doubtful.
McArdle is now suggesting that we should be that
Can we
the
reach out to
Libertarian
the
Party
left?
needs to be gutted and rebuilt. She wants us to become the party of Elon Musk.
Wait, so okay. I figured she was going to side with Trump because, yeah, people are going to divide along Trump fanboy lines
Yeah.
or Elon Musk fanboy
She
lines.
probably wasn't thinking clearly.
Okay, I did not. Yeah, I figured she was going to side with Trump in this.
She says
Poggers,
she is.
it's not a bad idea, Poggers, insofar as the money is a good idea. Right now, he's got too much stench on him from the Trump admin. Since he's not a political candidate and we wouldn't be courting him to run, I am less averse to the idea of trying to recruit him genuinely, like on ideological terms, partly because he is very impressionable and because he has money, but I would certainly not run him. And I would not want to publicly associate with him for quite some time because of the bad PR. Paul Revere or Jack Jouet for most libertarian revolutionary?
Question: does Paul Revere come with a horse?
Why does that matter? This is not MFK. This is not.
Oh.
I nominate the horse for the most libertarian of those three.
Gets wherever it wants, eats when it wants.
It just shits constantly.
Rachel is in a place tonight.
Furry detected? No.
I mean, Rachel,
like
you're the one who
whales.
wants to bang George Washington. And I mean, he had a fuzzy cap on his head. And fake hippopotamus teeth, right?
Country's first furry.
He was the cosplayer. Joe, you are Ben Franklin.
Both Nikayla and Dara responded to Musk saying that Musk should come talk to us. I would take Musk's money, but I would not be willing to let Musk have any opinions.
Right.
Well, right. I mean, because the PR is
the
terrible.
party. Yeah, he'd want to take control of the party, thinking I don't trust any of these big name, either politicians or celebrity billionaires. It's a terrible idea.
Well, I mean, Joe, that's obvious. Would you have Musk's baby?
No, I have a penis.
I'm asking Joe.
He also has a penis.
How do you know?
Didn't you read earlier?
Oh, okay.
Poggers,
No,
I think he'd be bad PR partly because he is affiliated with the Trump admin and has supported the Trump admin pretty consistently, and only just recently started speaking out. So, and I do think that there's something to be said. Like, not everyone is super plugged into politics, right? So it's not about being a cultist. It's about having other things going on in your life. And for the moment, only having a particular perception of various individuals in politics, it makes it very hard to detach that perception from libertarianism when Elon Musk, with whom people also have negative associations, is speaking for libertarianism. There needs to be time and space between any of that. I do think he would be good to recruit for a donor. I don't think that he would be good as a spokesperson for a number of reasons.
He can prove himself by donating money to us for a few years, and then we'll consider having him talk at our events. How's that sound?
Consider.
The only way he can talk at events is if he gives me a Tesla.
Well, that's part of
Me
it.
specifically.
Yes. All libertarian podcasters get free Teslas.
We need the money, Poggers, but again, it's about second and third order effects. So we wouldn't actually get the power if we just try to get money from one person, even someone like Musk. That's exactly the problem. That's what people had an issue with when it came to compromising principles when it came to Trump, right? If it means that we have to do different things and change our messaging to appeal to one person, then that is a type of negotiation, and that's not something that we want to be doing. This is
Very
not one of
special.
those, incredibly special, a very special announcement. Can the LP marry Elon? Someone can. I don't know. Do you want to do it, Joe? You said that you would already.
Based on McArdle's understanding of how power works, the chair is the Senate. So, Stephen, Nikayla, Elon Musk.
Just trying to think how that would work if the whole LP, like, are we talking just the LNC? Are we talking the entire membership base? I mean, damn, poor Elon. That's a lot of people to have to be married to and constantly have to keep, happy. And
He's got 11
I feel like he's fine with
baby
it.
mamas.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
He doesn't keep them happy. He doesn't have to keep the rest of us happy either. It's just about the check them every month.
He wants to sire lots and lots of kids. I mean, there are at least a couple women in the LP, right?
It's just you and me, Rose.
And we're the
Just
same
yours.
person. So that's just one.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe Rachel. Rachel's the second one. I think she forgot. I think she forgot.
Let's see.
What do you mean by concessions, Poggers? That's a genuine question. That's not like a, what do you mean? Because if it comes to concessions on policy, we disagree on policy anyhow. So there, you can argue for a lot of policies from a libertarian perspective. If it comes to concessions on the platform, no.
Nothing is that special.
I've never had one of those.
Taco Bell used to be cheap, but now they're not, so I have not been there in years. So I don't even know what that is.
Don't they just
I'm
have like
missing a
3
reference.
ingredients? They just have 3 ingredients.
They have so many things now.
I know, but it's all with the same 3 ingredients.
No.
And then sometimes they combine the ingredients like, okay, now you get 2 tacos, but one of them's hard shell, one of them's soft shell.
They
One
have more
time-
than 3 proteins that you can
I
eat.
saw, how is that possible?
Yeah, you should go to Taco Bell and find out.
I don't want to. You just want you to tell me.
Because they've got they've got Beyond Meat, but then they also have black beans, and then they also have a tofu option, and that's without going into some of the other salady things like actual salad basically.
Like the salads, basically.
I don't like, beans make my stomach unhappy, and I don't like tofu. And what was the first one? Beyond? I've never had Beyond. Because I don't like things that taste like meat.
Well, that's the thing. It's not actually for vegans. It's for meat eaters who just want to eat less meat. Because I don't think, from what I understand, actual vegans don't care about that. Like, but how do you okay? How do you not eat tofu or beans? Like, those are the 2 main protein sources.
Only
don't eat meat.
eats broccoli.
I don't only eat broccoli. It's just my favorite
You'd be
food.
Literally only broccoli.
I don't literally
I
only
love
eat broccoli.
broccoli, but
It's
She is a
my
machine
favorite.
that turns broccoli into words on a page.
You die from
I
protein
like Greek yogurt.
malnutrition.
I love Greek yogurt. I had actually.
Oh, okay. So you're not a vegan. You're a vegetarian. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good
She's-
source of protein.
She's okay forcibly milking cows as long as they stay alive.
No, there's only certain types of yogurt that I will buy precisely because I know how they run their enterprise.
Which is
Oh,
to
okay.
say, places where, they buy the cow dinner first and then they milk them.
They don't forcibly
So
milk
then-
the cow.
And then they keep the babies, right?
Yes, and they're like
Okay.
it's not. They don't kill. It's not a meat and dairy project. It's just
Baby straight in the grinder.
Okay. Because
I hate
I
you,
always
Kyle.
wondered, with vegans, 'cause there are vegans who have pet chickens, and I'm like, so what's the harm in eating the eggs that they lay naturally? Like, that just seems like a waste if you don't eat them. It's not like you're
Partially
they're gonna lay them
because-
one way or another.
No natural chicken lays an egg every day. We have bred the
True.
crap out
Well-
of them to be that way.
That's true, but if you're going to have pet chickens, they're going to be from those same lines that naturally lay those eggs. So
You
might
heard it
as
here
well eat
first.
them.
Ken is the mole man, and he's running for chair next year.
We need to consolidate some of these chair candidates because otherwise we're going to end up like with too many, and then it's going to split the vote again.
I like the
Yeah.
idea of
Yeah.
consolidating them. Not pair them down, consolidate them. Just force them all together into one.
Just make
big
one
candidate.
Franken chair.
Freaking
Thank
chair.
you, Ken. I was hoping that you weren't, so thank you. I'm glad.
Because I know of
Um,
at least 3 people now who claim they're going to run.
I'm
for chair.
joking. I am joking. I am completely joking. I am joking. I like Ken. I like Ken
Yeah?
because he has a like an immediate Southern accent that he just shifts into when he's talking to people from the South, and it makes me happy. What?
Are you looking at the chats over here?
Oh gosh. You know, maybe she's with Jim Wiley, and he was in charge of reading the calendar for her.
Oh, yeah.
She is the Senate. That's exactly what she thinks. Jar Jar Ken. Let's see. Whew.
Masking.
Yeah, a Jar Jar mask. Doing dishes is more than Angela's doing. We have been here for 45 minutes
We have.
beyond the time that she's supposed to have started.
I'm of the mind that you don't change your party platform for a given person, and I mean because it's very individualistic. That's very big man chief. And I'm also of the mind that our party platforms, people take issue with them, and people have principled reasons for not supporting open borders as libertarians. I mean, sometimes they'll propose certain immigration restrictions, right, or certain immigration processes, Ellis Island type system. The problem is that doing that and changing the platform in order to get money from someone is not a principled reason and leads to the deadening of the principled foundation of the ideology and actually makes it for sale. So like if there's a debate, right, about and I agree with Ken, yes. If there's a debate about the immigration platform, the immigration plank, and from a libertarian perspective, people argue for different things, then that might change. I would not change it as a concession to somebody in order to get their money. That to me seems like the opposite of what we're about. And I understand the need to reconcile principles and pragmatism, but I actually don't think that they're opposed. I think that the most strategic thing to do is to be loud on principles. And again, you adjust your messaging depending on whom you're talking to. You adjust your rhetoric, but you don't change what you believe in.
Right. So, because about immigration, because okay, the reason why this is such a hot topic in libertarian circles is because this is where you're seeing libertarians at their most theoretical. Because in a world without a state, yes, there'd be free migration because there'd be no state enforcing an imaginary line on the ground. And then, of course, individual communities would decide who they wanted to bring in and who they didn't. So when we say that we're for open borders, that's what we're envisioning. But then the counter is always, well, but we don't live in that kind of world. We live in a world where we have status borders and we have taxes and we have a welfare state. So therefore, shouldn't we have restrictions for as long as that exists? I get that. But so here's my problem with changing the borders plank. And that's this came up last prior to the DC convention where I served on platform committee. There were people who proposed changes to the free trade and migration plank. My objection, in addition to it just being at odds with our philosophy, because I think that our platform should describe what the closest thing I think our platform should describe our ideal society.
Mm-hmm. So
Also, my
Kyle,
objection was that it would attract the wrong like adding closed borders language would attract the wrong types of people to the party. It was going to the purpose was to make it more attractive to the conservatives who, as we've learned over the past several years,
Kyle
that
and
causes
Ken,
problems when you start trying to pander to people who are not libertarians.
Kyle and Ken have both pointed out that the old plank from 2014 did what you said, Rose, but then there was also a section of like, okay, how do we get there? And I think that's the best of all worlds, right? Because it's not just pie in the sky. Oh, this is what our wonderful, the dream society looks like. It's here's how we get there. Here are the policy changes. Here are the types of strategies that we have politically.
Right.
I think that's what to go back
too.
to.
And supposedly it has been tried. Like we have our ideal society, and then we have like underneath it, we have here are steps we can take that will lead to harm reduction. Like here are things we support for the purpose of harm reduction, and here's what we can do in the meantime. Like I think that is the correct way to have our platform. Because the current platform is a mess. Like it'll have things that like because it's been altered like so many times, it'll have planks that just describe the ideal libertarian society. Then you'll have planks that like say, oh, we support such and such law or such and such change to the law. And then we have planks that are like, I don't know, someone's pet project that they wanted to add a plank for or something.
A lot of things here. So Joe says candidates offer solutions, party offers principles. The party should also be offering solutions, partly because I've said before, we can't afford just to focus. We can't afford just to expect people to pay attention to us every 2 to 4 years, not doing anything in the interim to get that focus on us. So we should be doing more to propose solutions ourselves, not just when we're looking at a candidate. And again, that's where you risk the cult of personality, right? Is when the candidate is that focus of the party. We also need to be offering those solutions and doing more to make ourselves visible when we're not running candidates. Poggers says that power is acquired through money. True, that isn't changing. Need to be prepared to make some concessions to achieve it. Yes and no again. So you are correct that power is acquired through money. But this is a social and political movement, right? So we would want to use money to get that organizational power and that visibility in order to galvanize social momentum, right? We are all about getting politicians and institutions to abdicate power. Nobody does that voluntarily. They do that when they're forced. So you don't get people to do that by only working within political institutions. You have to change the social. You have to change the social attitude, and that comes through engagement and through activity and activism. So money is important when it comes to setting that up. But I don't think that we change our platform and our planks just to get one person's money. I think I would agree with you if you feel this way, that we can't have the same rhetoric for every person. We can't have the same rhetoric for every group of people. For instance, I'm a communist, so I can't talk to, that's a joke.
No, it's not.
A joke.
I can't talk to uber hyper conservative, or I could, but I might not be as organic as someone like Kyle, who is a
but you're a vegetarian
neocon. What?
Organic.
Oh, right.
That was terrible.
It was.
Yeah,
it was so bad it froze her brain
Right.
mid-sentence.
It really
What?
did. It really did. It's been a long day.
There are different ways you can present the platform to different people. Like, yeah, you can use different examples to sell the same ideas. Like if you're talking to a conservative Republican or like a Bernie bro social democrat.
I just don't see. I disagree with the premise that we have to be courting Elon to get his money. Like, we definitely need more money, and Elon is a good direct source, right, of that. But I don't think that we only look to him, and I don't want to look to him at the expense of getting buy-in from other people. I wouldn't.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I wouldn't come to him and say, hey, do you like open borders? But I also I wouldn't lead with that. I probably wouldn't even talk with him about that if I were soliciting a donation from him. But I would, gosh, Jay. But I would support, talking to him about things that I do think that he would agree on, and we just wouldn't even discuss open borders and the need to capitulate on that. I'm just catching up in your ad lib, and I got to the spot about the hot Trotsky. It's not only me. It was Joe said that he thought Trotsky was hot. He called him Trohotsky. That wasn't me.
Why not just Hotsky? It's easier to say.
Hotsky to Trotsky.
Aye.
Anyway, did people not learn their lesson with the Cokes? Okay, the Coctopus has been a problem in these circles for a long time.
I did not learn my lesson with the Cokes. If they would like to give us more money, I would take it.
They're the reason why our message was so watered down for so long. And we ended up with people like Kyle in the party.
There we go.
Who?
It's true.
Yeah.
Classic liberal.
That's why I would take their money.
He's a raging neocon.
Now I'm offended.
It's just to get you back for calling me a Trotskyist, that's all.
Yeah, I know, but offended deep in my heart. I would rather be a trot than a neocon.
Classic
You heard it here
liberals
first,
just
everyone.
need to be
Kyle's a
shoved in a
Trotskyist.
locker a few times.
Better than a neocon. Oh,
I mean, we can
Well,
we can bicker about the particulars. Go on.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
Rose.
There is a common theory that neocons are descended from Trotskyists. So
The Trotsky pops out, like a little neocon pops out. Like
Yeah.
it's a Russian nesting neocon. You just take off the top and there's a neocon.
no, seriously, people think Trotsky gave rise to the neocons.
They're actually I've read that, but I've also read a lot
I
of
have
crazy
too.
stuff from Reddit Marxists. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's the
I
thing.
don't
I mean,
know
a lot
which
of people saying this are a lot of people who say this are tankies, and they just want to
Yeah.
discredit Trotsky in any way
That's
they
the
can.
thing. That's the thing. Is they all hang out on Reddit and I can't trust them. And they all tell each other that they've never read Marx. They like the other person's never read Marx.
They've
They're-
learned Marx like third hand from YouTubers.
About as annoying as libertarians talking about whomever, right? Rothbard or something like that. She is almost exactly an hour late.
2 minutes.
that's how you know it's pregnancy.
How does that relate to anything?
She's late.
Not, by an hour, I don't think that's enough to establish pregnancy.
She believed heavily in periods on Mussolini time. Her
I just
periods
want
are
to
like a
point out
Mussolini
that
train
I'm
schedule.
not the one talking about dictators anymore. That is all Kyle, who recently admitted to being a Trotskyist and now has jumped to being a Mussoliniist, which is
So he's a fascist.
Kyle, flip upside down
slash-
here.
He's a neocon / modern fascist, whatever the current iteration of fascist is.
Exactly.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it from us.
It happens sometimes.
If you'd like
I
to
get
join LP
I get the dark
Alliance
bags under
and
the
help-
eyes, and that's the fascist wall for me. Wait,
If you'd
There's-
like to join LP Alliance and help us oust Kyle before we become fasci, now's your chance.
true.
Yes.
I'm the closest to like white man on this podcast, so it had to happen. One of us had to go this way.
I'm just glad it wasn't me. I will rid LP Alliance of Kyle with an iron broom.
I just gotta say, y'all, at this point, I think rather than her being late, it may be an abortion.
That would piss off a lot of fans, so but it would get a lot of attention
All-
and a lot of engagement.
Only 14 showed up last time. She's only got 4 waiting, including us. I don't think she's got a lot of fans to piss off at this point.
Oh gosh.
So all the people in her comments saying that she did an excellent job making the Libertarian Party relevant, are they real? All people saying, I renewed my membership because of you.
I don't think those are real. I don't at all.
Let's see. Hold on.
I'm not seeing any update from her whatsoever.
We postponed our weekly business list podcast for this.
We did. That's okay. We will regroup and return.
I demand a refund.
A refund? Did you give money?
Rather, I'm going to require a raise for this. I want a bonus. I came here for nothing.
1 hour later.
So what's bad is this is actually a video. So
1 hour later.
there you go.
Love it.
And back
No, really,
to...
I hope we've made some new friends just doing this stream.
It's
I always feel like we
like-
get a little bit closer to the edge of sanity.
I just like
I mean, we're already
This
insane.
is-
We're libertarians.
this is her actual account, right? I'm not crazy. There's a
Yeah.
space in McArdle on her own account.
Yeah.
What? No? Wait. Okay,
I
let me
didn't
check.
somehow find a way to miss this, did I?
I would laugh so hard if the whole thing. If
What,
it's
you
going
don't-
on
you
the whole
think
time.
that
Egg on
she-
my face?
And
She
no
has a
one in-
troll account?
No one in our audience bothered to mention it because it was too funny.
Jeremy's here. Came with the business list, stayed for the lack of Angela. Good to see you, Jeremy.
It's true. All right, and then scroll this back up.
No,
Yeah, I highly doubt that she has a troll account. Or a sock account or whatever.
no, the name is.
Amanda's
Reality
not
Report.
good with the
That's the
technology.
account.
Sock controller. Yeah.
What? Going to go play
called
with
an
facial
alt.
freezing.
It's called an alt.
Nikolai.
Or yeah.
Yes.
Can a troll account have a
Can
troll
be
account?
troll inception. You have
It's a fair point.
Russian
Literally, all of
nesting
her
trolls.
accounts are inherently troll accounts because she's a troll.
You can make an alt account for an alt account. Okay. I mean, Facebook. People do that all the time.
It's, I feel like we should have been in a space for this rather than a live stream because she's an hour and 5 minutes late.
If you want to switch over to a space, because then that allows me to go back to writing, unless people want to hear a dramatic reading of my prelim paper, and you don't, by the way.
We know
I
that
do.
you didn't want to hear a dramatic reading of Chris's comments and thoughts.
I did. I just wanted to read it first.
Terry, like I would love if that happened, but I think you've got her good. I think she's gone. She ran just totally straight for the hills.
Ski battle, out of battle.
Maybe she got arrested by the FBI.
Maybe she finally started that job
The,
with Trump.
the FBI that she supposedly has
Onboarding
an in with,
day.
and she has a direct line to.
Might make you lean towards K than F. For whom? For whom? Me? Trotsky? Angela? Wait, no, that wasn't that. Those weren't the new three. Those are not the new three.
Those are the new three. All right,
So wait, Amanda, Trotsky, Angela.
and Angela.
All right, internet.
People are gonna be worried about litigation.
No, I've been assured that like it's just too much work and too inconvenient to have to actually sue people, so no one's gonna bother.
Me, Trotsky, Angela, MFK. Nobody's even taken it.
Oh, I have my answer. I was just waiting on chat.
Joe, nobody's sweet. Nobody's making you marry me, Joe. You've got 3 options. Only one of them is marry.
Everyone just keeps staying quiet about it. Amanda's got anxiety. This will just get worse for her.
No, because I'm gonna make you answer if nobody else answers.
One of the 4 people waiting for a official stream. Shout out. Hell yeah! It Orthodox Moore is in our chat, so there's
Yeah,
2 of
Orthodox Moore's around.
up to 2 of her people waiting. It's there are 99 of us in this room right now. What am I saying? There's more
The
than 100 of us in this room
choices
right now.
Orthodox Moore are evidently me, Angela, and Leon Trotsky. I don't really know how it happened, but there it is.
Oh man. It's
So Joe, is that a marry for Angela or an F for Angela? If you're going to her stream, that sounds like F. No, you don't get LP to pay you if you marry Angela.
so she and Donald Trump really do have something in common.
So Joe, I'm getting Angela's.
I assumed that what happened was that her job ended up being cut by the Doge, so like she was gonna have a job, but then the Doge eliminated it.
Well, wait, Orthodox Moore. I want to hear your answer on broccoli and the jacket. Then, are you gonna kill the broccoli?
No, she's killing the jacket.
Might kill me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm willing to hear Orthodox Moore selections here.
He'd steal the fries. I'd fuck that jacket. Hell yeah.
Kyle, while we wait for Orthodox Moore, let's hear your original response.
Well, this is easy because, like, by the power of revolution, like you and Trotsky are the ones who need to live because Trotsky at least moved the needle away from some type of authoritarianism, and so that one's obvious. And then, I mean, my choices are one and done with somebody, and the other one repeatedly potentially. Trotsky's getting once. This is just logic.
I mean, he's an ass man. He might not be contented with just once. We have plenty of historical data to show he likes himself some ass.
Yeah, but he's you can't imagine he's good.
He likes booty. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think he's going for me on that one? No.
Well, I mean, like,
It's going to be the saddest time together ever.
do you have a big ass?
Not compared to thick Latinas. Which is what he went for.
I was trying to be subtle. Kyle just whips it right out. For those of you who don't
I
know,
too like porgs.
Leon Trotsky was an ass man. And a man of eclectic taste, was willing to sacrifice a lot for a nice ass. I'm getting that Orthodox Moore is gonna screw the jacket, gonna kill the broccoli, which is sad, and I guess that means marrying me. But that is true. If you do, then if you marry me, then it comes with the jacket. Sir Mixatron. He did like big butts. It's true.
I believe Rachel's a boob man.
Everyone has heard this theory, right? I don't think I've actually shared my theory on this. I've shared it with Ken. Man makes history, but man does not make history alone. Man makes history in pairs, and the men who make history in pairs of tits and ass. If you look at any male duo, and it carries forth in literature, in art, and in history. Any successful male duo, one of them's a tit man, one of them's an ass man. And this is evolutionarily solid because if you think about in caveman times, if you're going on a tribal expedition, you don't want to be going after the same woman, right? So two men go together, one is a tit man, one is an ass man. So we've evolved to be this way is what I'm saying. And when you have two tit men working together in close proximity or two ass men working together in close proximity, things don't go well after very long. And again, Russian Revolution is a great case study in this. So Vladimir Lenin, Julius Martov, both tit men, Bolshevik-Menshevik schism. You cannot look me in the eye and tell me you do not know that Vladimir Lenin was a tit man. He absolutely was. Does he want ass? No. He likes tits. So did Julius Martov. There's a falling out, drifted apart. Leon Trotsky, indisputably an ass man. Again, there's an historical record for this. This guy gets exiled by another ass man, by the way. Stalin, clearly an ass man. That's also not in dispute. Gets exiled. Where are you going to go? Mexico? Absolutely. 100% ass man. Proceeds to do nasty things with Frida Kahlo.
I was going to ask, are you sure
her.
Stalin wasn't a foot man? Because no one, we don't
He
generally
probably
talk about
too.
foot men.
He probably liked feet too. But actually, I'm thinking of the three of them. I can see Lenin having a foot fetish.
Possibly.
Lenin would get freaky with some nice feet. You ever seen Nadezhda's feet? Nope. Maybe that's nice feet. So that is the theory. Today you learned about history. Feet men are, I mean, you don't have that many feet men.
Usually like max of 2 per person.
Yep. You throw in toes though, you can get up to 10. The other thing about ass men that's really good that I like is that they are typically willing to see the potential in a woman more so than tit man. So you bet Toad is. He probably is. He probably is.
No way.
Toad?
No
What
way.
is he? Wait, you think he's an ass man?
What? Ass and feet.
He's
Yeah, I was
such
gonna
a
say-
boring ass human being.
So tits though.
He is a tit man all day.
That makes sense actually.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure if he can be picky between like tits and ass and feet. Like, can someone like that really afford to be picky?
That's a big amount.
Flies! It's true. Toad needs to get a real job. Like, I think this. So,
Can we have background music while we're waiting? Can we go to Agipop and have some background music while we're waiting?
I mean, sure.
I was partly joking, but if you're going to do it, then do it.
Are they all up on YouTube? I don't follow you, I don't think.
They're not on YouTube. Well, I need to put them on YouTube. No, they're just on the Agipop Substack because I suck. I need to put them on YouTube. I know. Tits ass feet KFM. I don't know if this is one for me. I mean,
this is
feet,
a guy thing, honestly.
I would marry
I'm not-
feet because, like, feet get you more places. Feet are more useful for things.
I mean, okay, if you don't have a nicely built up ass, try walking up a hill, though. So you do need one of those. You need
It's
your
true.
glutes.
Kyle, what did I do this time?
Tits are probably they're the most useless of the three. I mean, okay, I mean, they do play an important role if you want to reproduce. So I guess they play a very important role in the continuation of the species. On a day-to-day basis, though, not so much.
This is your fault, Kyle, for not finding the music sooner.
I need a cigarette. I looked up Agitpop Substack, and the first one that comes up is by Zoe.
agitpopinternational.substack.com.
Yeah,
You don't have this memorized yet?
No, I have the Goobles.
So we need to, again, I'm not the first one that comes up because we need to get me publicity for the album. If only we did have a ukulele, Angela. Good, Angela.
This is terrible as it is. That's why I consistently call Angela TC Angie, because no one would call Angela McArdle Angie.
You sure about that? I've seen accounts call her that.
Yeah, maybe making fun of her.
Yeah.
Album Orthodox More. I have a parody album about the Russian Revolution called Agitpop in Offense of Marxism, and it can be found at agitpopinternational.substack.com.
That's why Maddie boobs. They gotta take care of the kids. Good job, Joe.
Quote by Vladimir Lenin, who also didn't have kids. Well, who would have been a very strange father.
Thank you, Joe.
Posting it multiple times. You're spamming your own comments.
No, the thing
Thank
is
you,
popping up and also saying errors occurred and things, and so it's freaking out is what's happening.
I'm seeing it.
You don't see.
I'm seeing it getting posted. I do. With my
we have 102 people on our stream waiting for Angela McArdle, and we are 2 of the 3 people on her stream.
chat, are you really waiting for Angela McArdle, or are you just here for Kyle and Rose?
For the Kyle and Amanda show. Kyle and Amanda banter show.
Kyle and Rose, well, because we're the same person.
Yeah, Meredith.
Yeah.
She is an hour and 20 minutes late so far. I'm expecting her to come on with the same
Again, some of us have official LPA meetings to get to.
I might not even be able to do the
Rosanda.
LPA meeting because
That means-
of writing papers.
That means someone else has
I'm
to
here for the
host it,
people.
and I'm unprepared.
It's okay. Phil will lead this meeting.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the boss is actually going to be there. Okay.
There's no boss. We're not hierarchical.
That Phil is the godfather of the entire group.
Phil is the boss. He's the reluctant boss.
He's the godfather.
Is he Lennon?
Yeah.
That
Heard
explains
it here
the
first,
head
Phil.
shape.
What?
What?
What about his head?
I said that explains the head shape. It was.
How are Phil and Lennon similarly head shaped?
Well, I mean,
Not yet. Not yet.
Lennon is shaped like a light bulb.
Kyle has routinely remarked on how badly he feels for Lennon because Lennon could never own his baldness.
It's true.
And was prematurely balding as well. So
yeah, they didn't. People had not invented hair restoration surgery back then.
Should have just shaved his head, but instead, he had the on the sides.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna be bald, I guess just go all the way bald.
Yeah. Lennon was decidedly mid as far as the critters go.
I used to think about this a lot because I have a lot of relatives who
used to like Lennon.
Not what I meant. But like all the men in my line lose their hair, and so far I've been lucky. But I thought about it. It was one of those it's one of those things you can't change. So you just gotta lean into it. You just gotta. So either you're being the comb over guy, or you're the guy that shaves his head, and no one wants to be the comb over guy. That guy's
Well,
never cool.
Lennon didn't have a comb over, but he probably would. Actually, he did when he was younger and had more hair. I'm just remembering.
Mm-hmm. He
Kinda
always
tried
had
to do
comb
the
over
comb
guy
over.
energy. You just got to go into it, shave it off, and let it ride. That's the only way to go.
You heard it here first, my good people. Vladimir Lenin had comb over energy.
Vladimir Lenin.
That's not what it sounded like. It is not.
Vladimir Lenin had
Hell?
big comb over energy.
Vladimir Lenin. It's not a weird, that's just how you say it. It's like when I hyper-Russified Trotsky on the Kronstadt stream, because I was just so into it. You're Lenin and Trotsky. And I'm like, fuck.
Angela's Secret isn't going live to delay Amanda's writing. Changed my mind.
This
true.
could be. This could be.
Oh yeah, sabotaging her chance at getting an advanced degree.
I have to dip in a little bit anyhow. Lennon thought cereal was a soup.
I
I
also
mean,
think cereal is a soup. Your
the
choices are
ma-
soup or porridge, and it's clearly not thick enough for a porridge.
I mean, cereal was like kasha back then, so it was very soupy. Like kasha and borscht. She and kasha, pisha nasha. I'm getting increasingly Russian. That means it's a saying. It's a Russian saying. She kasha, pisha nasha.
I just asked one of my Mises contacts if he knows where Dear Leader went.
Big ups to buckwheat. Yep. Also potatoes. Can solve a lot of problems with a good potato. Isn't that right, Kyle? He's not paying attention.
Potato. What more could they need?
He's working on finishing Amanda's paper for her.
I'm terrified of that. Russian cereal, though, it's kasha, it's porridge. It's like a buckwheat and like buckwheat and other various types of grain in a porridge. You can make it savory, I guess. I've never had it. I'm speaking as though I know.
At least
only
Phil is
heard of it.
aware of this.
Phil, we can move it to Friday.
It's Friday.
I just got to get this paper done
It's
for the 18th time.
How much? How long is the paper, and how much? Do you have
It's
to do
super
still?
long. I mean, but like
Okay.
it's editing, right? So it's like you have the paper, then you get comments on it, and then you submit final edits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you still have to write the whole thing the night before or something.
No,
like
no,
I
no,
used
no,
like I
nothing
used to
like
do in
that.
college because I was irresponsible like that.
Right. No, I will just to play, just to have fun, I'll put off papers until the last day and then just like write a 25-page paper in a day. But
it's not
because
fun.
that's
but
what makes it fun. I like it. I think it is fun. It's like a little challenge. Phil, we can move it to Friday. I don't like leaving the kids alone.
Weren't we gonna move the business list podcast to Friday though?
I thought we weren't going to because
This
of.
is the business list.
Well, yeah, we can have another business list on Friday. Technically, we can do the meeting and the business list on Friday.
Okay.
You just can't expect me to be there.
Why?
I'll be in Florida. Spinning my head right round with Kesha.
Yeah, I may or may not be. We'll see.
It'll just be me, guys. It'll just be me on the stream doing the business list, is what we're getting toward. We're just getting toward my face on the business list, telling you
Just
things.
talking.
Isn't that going to be fun? We're going to hang out together. It'll be stories. Can request stories, and if you don't
We all
request
know
any
that's
stories,
why people watch anyway. So
Merca Pizza.
it's for the leather jacket.
It is for the leather jacket. If it weren't for the leather jacket, nobody would be
okay.
here right now.
You don't even have to join. Then you could just have like the leather jacket.
Right, I'm just going to put the leather jacket up on a hanger.
Yeah, just have it sitting there. For
I would
an hour.
actually do that while I finish writing if I weren't on my computer that I need to write. I genuinely would. I can take a picture of my leather jacket and send it to Kyle, and he can put it up here on the stream while you guys continue to hang out. Can you do that, Kyle?
What?
Oh my gosh. I said I can take a picture of my leather jacket and send it to you, and you can put it up on the stream in place of me while I write. Well, I'll do the glasses too. I'll just be like empty Amanda suit.
What needs to be done is a Q&A stream with the leather jacket. Or rather, like an AMA stream.
Warning people right now, the leather jacket is a jacket of few words.
Opinions expressed by the leather jacket may or may not.
This is way too late for the international.
LPA.
True. Wishful thinking, wishful singing. Jeremy, it's not actually real leather. So, although maybe that makes it the cattle coat caucus because the cows are going to like it. I am seriously going to dip and take a picture of my leather jacket and my glasses. And if you guys continue to stay on, that is what you can use for me. Everyone, you're wonderful people. You absolutely are wonderful people. Check out agipupinternational.substack.com. And I will see you on the other side of these prelims. Love you very much.
There may be a thing you want to know first.
What?
The stream started?
No, but 19 states have now. 19 states have now signed on to the for a convention of states.
Interesting.
Didn't they do this
like
back
an Article
in
5 convention of
Yes,
states.
I know. Interesting.
I don't think all of our viewers knew. So
Joe
is in the comments.
Well, everyone, you heard it here first or second or third or however many times. I will see you all later. Hopefully tomorrow we can do a business list tomorrow. We'll figure it out. Have fun with Kyle and Rose/me and my leather jacket and glasses. Fare thee well. Leave.
It's
now
I
an hour
don't
and a half,
disagree that a convention of states sounds insane. But they're at 19 of the 34 necessary. So it is wild.
Okay, because back in 2020, when there was the whole election dispute, there were a bunch of states that all signed on to a lawsuit that was happening, and everyone's like, oh my god, World War III is starting. There are states aligning against other states, and it turned out to be a nothing burger. So I don't know, nothing exciting ever happens until it does. So I guess we'll see.
Indeed.
But if I'm wrong, yes, World War III is starting, or at the very least, Civil War 2.0 is starting, and you heard it here from us first.
It's true.
I feel like a Civil War 2.0 may very well lead into World War III, so it's probably both.
But someone has asked the proper question here, and that's whether she finally got picked up for embezzlement. Oh my goodness, it's down to 2 waiting, which means it's us and this guy. She has run her actual fans off. Yeah, Nolan's correct here. But Rose and I have a meeting we have to hop to. So we're gonna hop to that. And let us know if something starts, and if it does, we'll spin back up. Otherwise, everybody have a good night here.
Good night, everyone.